Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Dchurchboi Johnson, whom you popularly known as Dchurchboi UI UX, taking you in the course. This course of basic UI UX, and today is our day 2. I hope each and every one of us learned something in our day 1. Today we'll be diving into Figma, which is the tool that we'll be using for this course. It's not the only tool that you can use as a UI UX designer, which I said earlier in our first class, but it's actually the running tool that is the most popular now and the most equipped. It have a lot of functions which you can lay your hands on and come up with something. Let me not use the word extraordinary, but actually something extraordinary. First, we'll have to go to figma.com in order to create an account with them. We'll go to figma.com and create an account. When we go to your browser, be it any browser, but I'm using Chrome, so you can just type figma.com. Then it will take you to their official site where you will create an account before you could use it, because Figma is actually a cloud-based design tool. That means you have to be online to design with Figma. Unlike a tool like Adobe XD, which is offline based also and online based, but we are not making use of it right now. We are not making use of Adobe because Figma does a lot, and it's better starting with it, though you can actually still practice with Adobe XD. So let's we are going to use the free version, so you can actually continue if you have your Google email logged in on your PC, because it's actually a desktop tool, though it has a mobile app, but you can't design on the mobile app. You can only view your designs, like your prototypes. After you've designed, you want to see how it looks on your phone. Actually, you can use the mobile app to see it. So let me continue with my Gmail. So I have my email here already, so I will just click. In case you don't have it already, there will be option for you to sign in with your account, or in case you have numerous email and you don't want to use the one you want to use is not there, you can click on this use another account, then you sign in with another account. Continue. Okay, now we are at the Figma interface. It's asking me to, let me just continue with the name. I like it. That's my name. So you can choose whether it's work you want to use for learning design, for personal project, for school, or something else. I guess we are learning design, so I will choose for learning design. Which role describes you? Is it as software development, UI, UX writer? Which one? Let me just choose design also. Design. Have you used Figma? Yes, I've used Figma many times, but this is our first time, because although if in case you've used it before, you can choose, but let me choose no, this is my first time because it's a beginner class. I assume that most of us right now have not used Figma before, so let's just start it from scratch. You see, it has so many. One for starter, which is free. There's professional, which you have to pay. You can see all the payment, the amount to pay together. So let's use starter and scroll down. We'll continue. Let's skip the tour. In case you want, you can actually go in Figma. Here is the interface. This is how Figma looks like on your first login. When first time you create an account with Figma, this is how it looks like. Here is recent project. In case you've designed, here is where all your designs will appear. Then there's draft, the all project. This is where all of your project, both the ones, the team project, everything will be here. Then there is a trash. Trash is where Figma made it in a way that in case you deleted a project, you can come to trash and pick it back. That's how Figma is. So let's go back to recent so that we could be able to design. Here is a new design. Let's start afresh so that we'll be able to explain. When you click here, it will load and come out on the Canva where you will design whether a product, a website, a mobile app, depending on what you want to do. Okay, this is our design board. It's our design board where you design. Let's start. Here is what we call our layers tab. Anything you add, let me remove this from library file first. These are all adds of Figma. Let's have our own something. Though when you open, you can check them out, but they're not really necessary now. Yes. At the left hand side, your asset, your file, you can add pages. Like when you are designing, you add another page, but as a beginner, you are only allowed to add 3 pages per design. 3 pages per design. And here is your layer tab in the sense that whatever you click and draw or whatever you type appears under the layer. So on the asset, here is where you see things like your components that you use while creating. So the center here is your Canva where everything appears. This tool is your selection put tool or your move tool, depending. If it's on select, you can select items. Let me see, this rectangle. So you have unselected it. Since it's like that, you can select the rectangle. When you select the rectangle, you can now work with it. You can now work on it, and anything you do on it will affect it because it is selected. But if it's not selected, you can't do anything on it. You have to select it first. On your move, the move tool, your move tool goes this way. You can hold and move around your Canva. The next tool that we're going to touch is what we call frame. This is your frame. Your frame tool. You can click here and get it, or you press F frame tool in the center. When it's on frame, you can now choose depending on the device you are designing for. There's phone here on the right hand because it's on frame. There's phone, there's tablet. On phone, when you click the phone, you can see various phones, different phones, phone sizes, screen sizes. So that same applies to tablet, it applies to desktop, it applies when you have a presentation to make. You select the size of the slide. That applies to watch, like all these Apple watches. So there's paper in case you want to design maybe poster. Figma can also be used for that. There's social media in case you want to design for your Twitter post, Facebook cover, and then the Figma community for icons and profile banners, all those plugins. There's archives. These are the ones that you've been using. I think this one, since I've not used it, these are the most popular, frequently used by others. And under the same frame, there's section. You choose a particular section of the stock of your design. The same way there is pen tool, which you can use to draw your different lines. Under the same pen tool, there is pencil tool, which you can also use for your sketches, drawings, depending what you want. Then there's text. In the text, you can drag and have a particular size that you want, or you can just type all through. When you type all through, you can type all through. The font size is so small, you can't even see it. Let me zoom in. When you click, you can adjust anything you want by the size. You can come here and adjust the size. You can align to center, to left, to right. You can change color, that's the fill. Then here's the comment section. In case you are having a group, a teamwork, people can comment on the work. Then here is another important aspect of Figma. That's where you find the plugins. Plugins are very, very essential too in Figma. They are very, very essential, whereby that's where you get all icons, that's where you get images, that's where you get, in fact, most time you can even get components from there. And they are good plugins in Figma, depending on what you want. You can search, like when it comes to pictures, there are good ones. When it comes to icons, there are good ones, and there are also those that are pro. So in Figma, plugin is an extra tool or helper that adds more feature to Figma. That means it helps you design faster, better, and make things easier, which could have been more difficult. Just say they're like power-ups that help your design workflow. So one of the best when it comes to images, the one I use more frequently is Unsplash. In Unsplash, you can get literally any image of your choice or illustration of your choice. It's taking much time to load. It's running. That's one of the things in Figma. You need to be online because it has a lot. See, for any design, be it graphic design actually, but those The ones that you are seeing lock, then you can't use them. So in case you are in need of anything, let's take for example a child, you just type it, a child, a picture of a child, you just see many pictures that you can use for your design. So when you click, it loads the image down to your Figma Canva. Here is it. It has appeared there. You can use it in any way you want to use it in your design. So another thing is the icons, which you can get it on the one I usually use, SVG. That's one of the icons I usually use, because literally it has any kind of icons you need, be the one with field, the one with just strokes. And one of the main reasons is most of the icons you can literally re-edit. So in case you need a menu button, you can just type menu. It has various numerous, like now see 461, that's under menu, vectors, depending, is it hamburger, any menu you want, depending on the style you want it. You can still be shifting pages. Then when you find the one you like, the one you want to work with, the one that suits you and suits your design, you can select it also, or you drag and drop. And you drag and drop, look at it right now. That's it here. You can make use of it. So let's continue with the top toolbar. On the top toolbar, okay, I've already explained it, sorry. Before it, this bar actually here, all these two bars that I explained were at the top. So as Figma increased, there will be changes, so they kept on changing it. So at the right, mostly what you find is your user, your profile. This is your profile. Then here is to view your design, whether in a presentation or in a preview. In a preview, in the sense that you view it at the side on your while you design. Let me check something right now. Okay, let's view this. Let's select a frame, a phone frame. Let's just use iPhone 13. So let's say we added a this is the iPhone. Let's change the view. That is not the white. Let's just use something purple. So let's say we are designing, this is our menu button, and we want to view it. You can literally view it as presentation. Immediately Figma will open another tab to view what you are designing, to see what you have been working on all this while. It will open another tab, but in case you want to view it as a preview, it will view it. It will not have to open another tab. It will view it on the tab you are in already, on your work. So you don't have to be switching tabs in order to see what you are designing. And also, it will be loading, so that when it's done, I will you see that everything here appears here in the phone. Let me shift it up. At the right, when you click on something, okay, you see the preview, you see it. This is the size of the phone we choose. If it was desktop, it would be in the desktop size. Let's see it in how it is on presentation. This is how it is. It will be viewed at the size of your desktop, no matter what it. So let's go to the right panel. On the right panel, let's add something. At the right panel, this is where you get a lot of different functions, different tools. First, at the right panel, you see this is alignment. It will first of all show you the object or what you choose, the name of it. Like now, this is the menu is a vector, which you can switch, can change the color. Since it's a vector, we've changed the color. Now this is a rectangle. We can first of all select, if there are other rectangles, this tool is to select the same thing, the same things that are same in your design. Then this is to create components. This is to max, that's maxing with shape. If there's a picture here, you max it together. Now align to left. If you click here, it will align to the left of the frame. Align center horizontally. Align left. This is align up to the top. It will align to the top. Align vertically. It will align vertically. Now this is to align to the bottom. This is the position. You can change the angle. Now let's say you angle 80. You see it have tweeted. It is now in a slanty shape. Then you can rotate 90 degrees directly. So here you can change the dimension either by typing or using your arrow to increase. You can change the dimension of it individually, or you can now select here and it will be on the ratio which you, if you reduce this to 45, the height will immediately reduce to the ratio that they are. Let's say we change to 300, this will increase to 82 points. That's the ratio they are. Here you can reduce the opacity either by typing it directly, you reduce the opacity, or by this using the circle. You can do it by moving your mouse left or right. Here is for angle, the corner radius. The corner radius, that's the edges, in case you need rounded edges. Let me remove this and put this in 300 and this in 200. Then let's put back the angle to be at 0. So in case you want the edges, if you check now, the edges are rounded, so you can select the radius you want. Let's say we pick 30. I'm sorry, you see it's more rounded than the 7. This one is the fill. Here you can change the fill, you can change it to any color that you want. Now here is the stroke. You can add stroke. You can add stroke. That's add there's another word for it, outline. Yes, you can add the outline and you can increase the size of the outline. Let's say we use 5. See, it's more bolder. You can change the color also of the outline. You can change the color. Now you can also add effects where you add drop shadow, inner shadow, or you blur, background blur, image blur, noise. This noise, you see how the color have changed, having kind of a bit dots. Then there's texture. You can change the texture self. See how it is appearing. Mostly in the design you'll be using drop shadow and inner shadow because they are so nice. Let me show you how it be. If you are paying attention to our preview here, if you're paying attention to this, you see any changes we are making are appearing on our preview. So let's say 4. Let's set the blur to be 4. Let's change the color to something. 2 is not. Let's change it to white so that you see the effect. Okay, the changes were not that much. Let's change it, or let's increase this to 20, and let's use 10 here. If you can see, let me change the color also so that it will be nice. Let's use this. Yes, you can see the effect. This outside shadow that is being casted, that's what is called drop shadow. The other one, the inner shadow, it will, instead of casting outside, it will cast inside the shape. Then you can also export as PNG, like you can export your design, even the whole frame. You can export a particular frame. When you export a frame, you either export it as PNG, JPEG, SVG, even as PDF. PNG, you export. When you export, it will be saved directly to your device. So another, let me chip in how will I put it, a crack I discovered for us Nigerians, since data is is becoming more costlier. Another thing you can do is, before you start designing, when you own your data, connect your PC, and then if possible, you've already gone through everything you need. You've decided the kind of the kind of images you want, the kind of icons you need, the kind of illustrations that you'll be needing. So you can actually, when you log in, that's if on your data, if connect your PC, you log in, you can use the plugins and gather everything you need and keep it in your design. So then you can disconnect and design. Like you can off your data, continue designing. Figma will keep your design. Whenever you own your data, it will reload it and then give you what you designed when you were offline. Don't tell anybody. So this is only for educational purpose, not for you, not to teach you what to know. So this is the end of our class. Okay, instead of ending it like that, let's just do something a bit. Let's create a login page. Let's create a login page. What should we call this? You can actually name it's even better, you name all your frame. What should we name it? UI basic, UI UX basic. But your naming of the naming of your files or of your frame particularly should be according to the page you are designing. Let's say you are designing a home page, it should be a home page. Let's say you are designing a login page, okay, UI UX basic, let's say login page. You see, changes have been made. My internet had issues, so immediately the changes, my network got back, the changes, Figma will automatically apply the changes that you've made.